Good morning everyone, welcome to another vlog here on the World of Coasters. Today you join me on my own for the first time ever, I'm pretty sure as well, as I visit our local park, Chessington World of Adventures, for the opening day of the World of Jumanji. Now I know there was a media event and a VIP annual pass event. I sadly couldn't make the annual pass event because I was working. But come down here on Monday the 15th of May for the opening day of this area. I've been following the construction quite closely. It's actually just coming up to 10 o'clock now. In fact, it's 10:01. Got held up in a little bit of traffic coming here. But yeah, I'm excited to get into the area. You know, just watching this area be built over the past year or so. It's been really exciting. So another new credit and 2 SBF Visa Flat rides. So let's get down to the area, see if they're doing anything for the opening, and let's get in there. So yeah, what with it being a Monday, not expecting it to be too busy today. However, just excited to get out on this new coaster. You do need pre-books for the coaster. I actually secured one earlier. It's on the reserve and ride. That opened about 45 minutes. We said it was going to open at 9:45, but actually opened at 9 with the rest of the reserve and ride. So I've got a reservation for that, which should be valid pretty much when the place opens. Now anyway, let's have a look. Come around, looks like I've just missed the opening spiel because I got held up in traffic. It was a little bit annoying because I was like, oh, I'm going to get here nice and early. There it goes, Mandrill Mayhem. Haven't actually opened the area yet. My God. I'm expecting it to be quite busy in this area, but we are solely focusing on this. Have a look. Mamba strike back there. Mandrill Mayhem is running, and they've just opened the gates. See a lot of vloggers here today, so yeah, excited. Let's get in here and have a look what they've been doing. Right, so it's coming into the entrance area. We've got the World of Jumanji signage. I really like what they've done here. It's going to look really spectacular in a couple of years' time once all these plants have a chance to grow up on the fences. Yeah, our reserve and ride is actually open. Hold on, let me just flick it round. There we go, so I've got 45 minutes to redeem it, so we'll be going straight into Mandrill Mayhem and get our first ride and have a look. Yeah, have a look at that. It's almost the same size as Big Bob, 55-foot tall Jaguar Shrine. It is based on the newer movies, this, but there are a few references to the original Jumanji films. Ostrich Stampede off to the right, the food supply truck over here, which is actually facing the other way, which probably isn't a bad idea considering how busy it is. We're at the entrance to Mandrill Mayhem. Now I'm not going to beat around the bush. We need to get into Mandrill Mayhem because we've got the reservation set up. I am wondering how many people are just turning up and don't have a reservation. I don't know whether you're allowed more than one, but yeah, we'll go around, get in the queue. I'm expecting it to have quite a long queue today. I would like a few rides on it, so I'm here on my own sadly, which is a shame. But yeah, Louise will be here very soon, probably on the weekend, before we go on our European mega trip to ride this. So we're in the queue now. There are vloggers here galore. It's absolutely mad how many enthusiasts come out to these opening days. All these signs up in the queue, which are from these newer films. This is more of a video game vibe than the original board game. But I do like they have mixed the old with the new.
Doctor.
Right, so I've just come off my first ride on Mandrill Mayhem, third row, right wing, and it was actually really good for a little family coaster. I thought it had some good forces on it. It's running quite slow this morning, as you'd expect, but I imagine when it warms up a bit it'll be on. One good thing is there were a few rumours saying you'd only be able to do one reservation a day. You can go back into the reserve and ride queue. I don't know whether that will be the same on busier days. However, I think it's a really good, solid ride. Had some really good forces that I wasn't really expecting, to be honest. I would like to try and get one on the reverse seat, but you don't seem to be able to pick where you're sitting. One thing that's really hindering this ride is the fact that they're holding you short of the air gates because apparently they're not tall enough. And the ride passes through the station too quickly for you to be standing there, which is weird because in other parks you get that where shuttle coasters go through. But yeah, I don't know what that is. It is the first B&M Shuttle coaster, so I don't know whether that's got something to do with it. Maybe they've got a safety clearance envelope. But hopefully one day they'll address that, as that really does hinder the throughput on this coaster though. Hats off to Chessington though, they are really whacking out the trains. So yeah, really impressed. Got another reserve ride ready to go. It's probably, I had about 17 minutes when I was in the queue. Waited about 20 minutes for that, so it's probably up for grabs now. So I'm going to go do a second ride and yeah, go have a look at some of the flat rides around the area.
So when you exit the ride, you come through to this bazaar shop, which I really like what they've done here. It's like an outdoor covered area where you can have a look at your on-ride photos here, and then you've got a little checkout area here and a few bits of Jumanji merch. So it's all based on the newer films. When it comes to clothing, we've got World of Jumanji hoodies and t-shirts, which yeah, I don't dislike them. I think an embroidered one would be nice, especially with a small logo in the corner. These are £25, £45 for your hoodies. I do have a short sleeve shirt with an embroidered World of Jumanji on it. I do like this actually. Then £40. There's some gilets here for £35. Again, these aren't too bad, they're quite nice quality. They come in two colours. To the right, we've got a few mugs down here, which these seem to be what Merlin are going for this year. They've got quite a few of these mugs with the cork bottoms. I don't know how they really fare in the dishwasher, if they are dishwasher safe. Get yourself a rock toy with various characters and a mug. Let's have a look at this. I do like this. This is very nice. With the snake wrapped around it. I think we say the only thing they could have really done is have the logo next to the snake's mouth rather than around the back. We've also got water bottles in here. These are nice. Got clips on them. They are metal, but they feel really, really thin. Which what would you expect, really? And they are £15. Along here we've got more generic amounts, including the electronic game board. A pretty cool, like, collector's edition of Jumanji, £130. I'm not sure if you get annual pass discount on this. This is more like a display piece, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if you can actually play it. Yeah, looks cool, that does. Kids merch wise, you've got the same lineup as usual: hoodies, gilets, t-shirts. One with the Mandrill Mayhem logo on it that I really like. I'd actually like to see that in the adult size. There's nothing branded to the ride in the adult size at the moment. I will have a look in the main shop in the middle of the park later on. Bazaar shop. We come into this absolutely amazing looking marketplace. I love what they've done here. All the side games along here got a refreshingly feel here, and it's all heavily themed, which is one thing I really like. This is not what we're used to from Merlin, but I do like this little covered area. All the games are themed. So these are like the clown ones, normally all themed to mosquitoes. We've got a big mosquito there, reference from the original film. And yeah, there's loads of theming dotted around. There's one thing, you come into this area and just see new things every time you come to visit. And over at the back of the market, so it kind of reveals to you as you come into the area, we've got Mamba Strike here, which is an SBF Visa Mini Miami, which I think I'll go on next.
No, I know, but... I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, this queue is very reminiscent of the Lost Kingdom at Portland's Park, in my opinion, with the low-down walls. Look like they've done here, they've got additional theming all up the side of the walls. The queue goes all the way around the back. I do like the theming on here, it's had a bit more detail added to it over the past few months. And although we've got this horrible Merlin fence, they have themed something up. Not so much around the back, which I can forgive them for that because it's not really inside. But around the front, you've got some nice cobra heads on top, which I'll show you when we get around there.
The Mamba Strike is currently ceased operation due to technical difficulties. Engineers have been called down to try and rectify the issue, but we are unsure of how long this will take. You are welcome to wait in the queue line.
So as you just heard there, Mamba Strike is suffering technical difficulties. I love this door, it's got a lot of detail on it. You would have thought they'd just go for a plain wooden one. But yeah, since this opened on the media preview day, and the Merlin Parks Day, it's had a little bit of downtime, this one, quite a bit actually, which raises the questions of, they've got a nice B&M coaster which is like the Ferrari in the roller coaster world, but then they've gone and got themselves like a Ford Fiesta / Vauxhall Corsa. I don't want to say that because I've got a Vauxhall Corsa myself, but it's maybe not the best type of flat ride when it comes to reliability. SBF Visa Italian group, generally their rides aren't too bad. In a park like this, I wonder if they're going to be overworked. But here's what I was saying about the queue line fences here, with the cobras on top. You've just got this round the front and around the front of the queue. Basically anything around the wide perimeter, so there's some of the other colour there. It's a bit of a shame they're having trouble with this one, but we'll have a look around Ostrich, Stampede and have a look around the rest of the area.
Any minute now.
As you're coming out from the bazaar here, you've got some more great theming along here. This little petrol station, which is, I don't know whether these numbers have any correspondence. This sale 2019, or whether they're referencing another ride. And you've got 2017 in this one, I really wouldn't know what they're referencing. This bit of theming here, Land Rover, is just temporary from what I found out the other day, which is a bit of a shame because this path will be a bit wider and a bit barren, which is kind of the petrol station. And yeah, there's a car back there, but it's kind of in the queue, so you don't really see it. As a whole, I think the area is absolutely amazing. Like, honestly, once this has a few years to grow up, like you think of the Wicker Man when they first put it in, it had a lot of small trees and all that. It's really growing up a treat. Once this gets a bit overgrown, which is what they're aiming for, you won't be able to see the perimeters, and it will just look fantastic. So along here is where you'll have to scan the QR code. So if you wanted to, you could pause the video and scan this QR code, where you'd be able to reserve your ride. What I did was I actually had a picture of that QR code so I could reserve it at home before I set off in the morning, but you will need one of these to get in the queue for Mandrill Mayhem. Like I say, it's not overly crowded here today, but it is a Monday and it is a school day. Yeah, the queue is dying down a bit. It took about 20-25 minutes from that point, and like I say, I do have another reservation, but I kind of want to have a look around the area first. When you come to the middle of the land like this, it's kind of a bit smaller scale than I thought. I thought they'd have the centre like World of Jumanji logo much smaller. However, it's much bigger than I thought. So this area is smaller. I would have thought they'd have the lines on the floor like the actual board game. They've just gone for the like resin floor that they've got down everywhere. Again, really glad they've got themed flooring. It really does look like Merlin is finally learning that the little things really go a long way. People don't want the world's biggest, fastest, tallest coasters. They want themed experiences. Disney and Universal have really pushed that in the past few years, and yes, you know, it just really pays off when they're making these really good themed lands. The future looks bright for Merlin Parks, especially Chessington. got the original pieces dotted around the area, so you've got the various characters, all 4 of them. Like I say, I was expecting this to be a bit more board themed, especially I haven't got the lines down here, but I thought this would be more detailed, but I really like what they've done. As we come around towards the entrance now, we can actually have a look at the food offerings in this area, which is in a familiar building. So as you come around towards Ostrich Stampede, you have the old Richmond cab, operator's cab, which has been reused and turned into a food outlet here. It's nice to see Merlin reusing things from the park. You can get yourself a giant turkey leg, which I do actually need some lunch, so I might give this a bash. It is really expensive at 14 euros. £14. Yeah, I might give it a bash later. You've got footlong on top for £13.50. You've got cupcakes for £4.50 and your various offerings. The cupcakes are just along here, they do look quite good. I'll have to give these a bash later on. Ostrich Stampede, again one of the other flat ride offerings in this area. Really like what they've done with the sign here, nice rustic look on it. Another SBF Visa Flat ride. This one will go down a tree. It's quite high capacity, 3 riders per arm. I don't know how many arms there are on this one, but I feel they could maybe have a little bit more theme on it. If you have a look at the concept art map, I think it was meant to have a truck on top rather than the egg. I don't know whether that will light up or not. It does look like it might light up. I would have thought they might have wanted to cover up the piston arms. Just, you know, that's just me being a bit of a theme park snob. But yeah, other than that, I think this ride will go down a tree. Oh, it's a hungry hippo here. Great little photo opportunity. You can sit in his mouth and get eaten by a hippo if you're into that sort of thing. Pretty sure, I don't want to say, but this beware sign, I'm pretty sure, used to be on Safari. Quote me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it on Safari. Or am I imagining it? Used to be before the cave. Lovely landscaping all along there. They've really thought about it. They've even got rock work all along the roads. Look at the Ostrich Stampede flat ride. I'll have to give this a bash in a bit. It's got quite a long queue. It goes right around to the entrance. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I think you should maybe add some coverings over the pistons. And that's what they're going to add in later on. It does look a bit bare and hot. Right, well I've been waiting around trying to get a shot of Mandrill Mayhem, and I believe it's gone down, and I can now confirm it, because this is one good thing about this app. How well can you see my phone? Let's just get out of the sun. As you can see, it actually pauses the countdown timer when the ride is not in operation, so just hold on till they reopen it. But yeah, the queue's still open currently, but it isn't running, and yeah, basically my phone has told me it's not running. So yeah, we're going to have to wait. I think we'll go queue up for one of the other rides. I think I saw Mamba Strike tested, might get back in the queue for that, as Ostrich Stampede has quite a long queue at the moment. We're even getting to the point of details in the ground, like they're a little way off, but you know, it's mud tracks. One thing I just noticed when approaching this area is the Jeep rental sign, which is the ride is at Gardaland in Italy, another Merlin park. It's actually the ride vehicle there. I do like the little joke that says motor not included, because it is a dark ride. Well, it isn't trackless, so it's made by a British company. I think it's Darmondale, the company that manufactures this ride. I thought while the Mandrill Mayhem's down, I'm going to head over to the Mamba Strike. I've seen it a few times while the opening. Hi guys! Oh right, yeah. So you're actually NPCs from the game.
We are completing a quest today.
What is your quest?
Find the jewels on Jumanji. We've been here. I've been here 7 years, but he's been here 3.
Oh wow, you've been here a while.
Yeah.
It's my first day here, so
Oh, you're lucky. Make sure you escape.
I'll try to.
You get trapped like us.
Oh no, I don't want that.
I think you not.
Anyway, see you later. Have fun on your quest. It looks like Mamba Strike is back up. We've got someone loading on it, so I'm going to jump in the queue for this one while Mandrill Mayhem's down. One other thing, because my timer actually, although it froze, it disappeared. I don't know how well you can see my screen. The sun is really badly reflecting. The timer's reset, so I've got another 45 minutes, whereas it was 8 minutes when it froze. So we'll jump back in the queue for this. Hopefully we'll get on this, and then we're going to do Ostrich Stampede, depending on how long the queue is. But yeah, I know they want to save a bit of money around here, but I'm not a fan of this queue fencing along here. It's just very plain and generic. And you know, the same could be said for this like area fence, especially when you're coming out of the ride just around the corner here. It will look better when it's got some planting growing up on it. Oh, here comes Mandrill Mayhem. We'll get back on it, but the queue has got quite long since the rides went down because they were still scanning people into the queue. Probably why mine reset. Yeah, not a long wait for this one. Mandrill Mayhem. It'll be Mamba Strike up next. Just come off of the first ride on Mamba Strike. This does appear to be the cursed ride.
Out of all the rides here, it does seem to be having the most issues. It seems to be having issues with the restraints. A lot of the lights aren't going off. Now, I've seen quite a few SBF Visa rides that actually have that same issue, where the bulb doesn't go out. Which actually, one of the seats I was on, the bulb didn't go out, which was, I was like, I'm not too big for this ride. Quite a nice little family ride here, quite high capacity, which is what they're going for. I would have really liked them to see them invest in something like a Huss magic carpet or along those lines. I'm not sure who really manufactures those anymore, but something that's a bit taller and a bit bigger. Considering how tall this Jaguar shine is, I think that would have went in a treat. It's often they've got a nice budget ride, it's well themed, there's some nice artwork on it, and I do like the Mamba sitting behind it. So behind the bazaar area we got theming. I do like what they've done, it's just really well put together. I like seeing theming on areas which aren't like focal points. For example, this is just an area hidden behind the market where the main area is. We've got some nice rock work along here, some nice detailing on the buildings, including some signage which they do seem to use, you know, the same quite a lot, like a map and all these fact files about the animals, but you know, I think it's pretty cool. We've got little quotes from the Jumanji game board. The rules of Jumanji. Yeah, absolutely amazed with this area. It is really good, really well put together. One concern I do have is these paths along here though. And this again just comes down to me being a theme park snob. I could see these getting ruined if they're not kept on top, and they're almost going to need a gardening team to just keep the bark chipping in the edges, keep the ferns all tripped back when they're all grown up. But, you know, already on the corners along here, you can see down on the ground level, it's already been trodden on, it's already turning to mush. So I don't know how that'll fare after a year. I'm constantly walking on. Yeah, absolutely impressed as anything with this area. These little markings on the floor as well. It's a photo opportunity. Stand there and give yourself a perfect picture. Right, so I've just come out of the World of Jumanji for a minute, and it brings one of my practical gripes again. Just little mundane thing, to be honest. There's actually no toilet facilities in the World of Jumanji. The nearest toilet facilities are just out behind me at the Land of the Dragon, so it's not exactly far to go, but you would have thought, given the scale of the area, they might have put some toilets in. I can see why not, because plumbing them in would have been a bit of a pain. But yeah, again, looking from the outside of the area, we've got all these foliage that will grow up over the years and look spectacular. It is going to take a little bit of doing. Of course, it's going to take a few years to grow. But yeah, it's amazing considering this area used to just be a field that was used for events and picnics and all that. Yeah, it's nice the sun's come out. I'll tell you what, I should have got some sun cream. I'm going to have sunburn at the end of the day. Yeah, from the outside, didn't really get a good look at this earlier because kind of rushed in. World of Jumanji sign. There is some temporary framing up behind it. I've been assured that this is just temporary because of the opening day event. As you can see here, it will be gone. But yeah, we've got some proper detailing on here. It's all proper, like not the fiberglass. It is done really well, and I think it's built to last. So at the moment, Ostrich Stampede appears to be having a tiny bit of downtime. So now I've come back into the area, I'm going to take advantage of the
virtual queue. The queue has died down a bit. It's probably a little bit shorter than what it was earlier. I waited for about that purple screen over there, or I say screen, it's perspex. So we're looking at about another 20-minute queue. See a lot of people turning up without their QR codes, but it's not overly busy, so you get one almost immediately. I think there's about a 15-minute wait before you can go use it. And you get 45 minutes to redeem it. So let's get back in the queue for Mandrill Mayhem, get our second ride.
Now down on Mandrill Mayhem, and I've put myself back in the queue for a third, but there's now an hour and 20-minute wait on the virtual queue. One good thing was I only queued about 5 minutes because I got to probably no word of a lie about here in the queue, I want to say, and then they asked for a single rider, so I got to skip the last 10 minutes or so of the queue. Operations wise, they are doing a good job. Like I've said before, the whole thing of holding people short of the gates is definitely hindering operations on that roller coaster. Other than that, it's really good. Got a fourth row on the left wing that time. Personal preference, the right wing is better if you get a choice. Hopefully later on I'll be able to get a front or a back row. I would like to try the backward facing, but there is no option to. So guys, I'm going to get the last ride in this area done now, which is the Ostrich Stampede. Doesn't look like it's got too long a queue. Then we're going to grab some food. I've decided I'm going to try the turkey leg from the truck. I know it's £14, but we'll give it a bash nonetheless. But yeah, here we go. Ostrich Stampede. The area has died down substantially. God, I need a drink. Looks like they might be having issues with this one again. It all seems to be restraint related. I don't know whether it's a known problem with SBF Visa, but like I say, their restraints probably are a bit, cheaper than say a B&M, for example. I don't know whether this one's actually going to be going down or I'll be able to ride it. We've got some theming. It's a Stampede, quote from the original film with Robin Williams in it. Yeah, queue's not too bad for this one. It is quite high capacity. They are only using 2 on each wing because of weight issues, which again is kind of contradictory. You've got this ride that can take the capacity. Why is it not running to its full potential? Yeah, lovely view over the World of Jumanji here. Have a look at that. That ain't a bad photo op. Yeah, that's for the theming on this one. Like the ostriches, I don't know. I've not really looked at an ostrich close up. It's kind of dinosaur-esque. Maybe that was just like a prefab SBF had on their theming catalogue. But the centre part is definitely a bit of a letdown. Like I say, I wonder if it lights up. It is an egg. It's just a bit like lackluster. Could have had some more theming on it. And as I said before, seeing all the exposed elements of the ride, I just feel that's a little bit lazy. They probably could cover them up. I don't know. Maybe they plan to. Still got some nice artwork on the back of the ostrich, and yeah, it was definitely a high capacity ride, so it eat the crowds up. The final flat ride is done. Ostrich Stampede, SBF Visa. I don't know what these are actually called, their model, but they're a frog jump, I know. Very short cycle on it. Definitely that queue time is right. It took about half an hour, and bearing in mind it was only 2 cycles in front of me. Very poor operations on this one with only 1 operator on it. The short cycle, not that great. It's not as forceful as some of the other ones. I know this one might not be like hydraulic like the other one, or pneumatic, because a lot of the other ones you can really hear the pistons on some of the older models. I'm not sure with the SBF Visa, but it's much quieter, but not as forceful. And to be honest, I thought that was a little bit of a letdown. They really need to work on the operations of that one, but it looks like the flat rides are struggling to support. Hopefully it's just teething issues. It is the first day of operations.
Hi.
So what's your name?
Impact 2030 on YouTube.
Alright,
Brendan.
So what do you think of it?
I love the area. It's
Yeah, it's
so
brilliant
nice.
area.
It's massive. It's so good. The food is brilliant.
That's what I was just
The
about to say.
ring-
I'm just about to get something to eat here
You should
myself.
get the ring. You should get the ring.
Okay.
Literally, Mandrill Mayhem had my first back row on it. That was amazing.
Oh, I need to have one.
I was
yeah.
here yesterday as well, and I rode it 4 times in a row yesterday. That was
Brilliant.
amazing.
Very good.
It is a brutal ride, I tell you that now, it's good.
Yeah.
That second launch, when it launches you
I
into
was
that-
surprised how forceful it was.
That is faster than the first one.
Definitely. Anyway, I'm going to grab some food now. So thank you for your input.
No, you're very welcome.
And yeah, we'll see you soon, hopefully.
Yes,
see you
thank you.
later. But yeah, what with me being right close by, I think I am going to get myself a giant turkey leg. I know it's £14, but I'm going to give it a bash. Might get one of the cupcakes as well for a review. I've actually got some on display here. You know, they're pretty sizable. Can't really see them very well through the glass. I'll grab one, grab a drink, and then we'll have a review. Right, so all the rides done now. I'm going to end this review with a food review. It was a lot of money, £14 before discount. The cupcake as well was a $4.50 before discount, and a bottle of water. All of that together, I think without discount would have been about £21. Actually only cost £16, not too bad. We're talking the size wise of these, like just to get those in my hand, it is hefty. So yeah, not gonna lie, it's a pretty sizable bit of meat here. Very similar to the ones you can get at Walt Disney World, and it's warm. So we're gonna have a dig into this, see if I can get it around my mouth and see what I think of it. I'll tell you what, that's cooked really well. You could probably share one of these, not gonna lie. I'm gonna chow down and eat this and give you more review afterwards. Right, so I've eaten the turkey wing then. I will put it out there, it's actually really tasty. One thing to bear in mind though, if you're fussy with bones in your meat, there are quite a lot of little bones. But overall, really flavoursome, not dry, skin is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I think I'm about done with that. It's not too bad actually. With the annual pass discount, I don't think it was too bad. And now to just be a fatty, here's a cupcake. Which we got an elephant one. This is $4.50 before discount, like I say. There's an elephant shortbread on top. You can get a snake version, which has a snake gummy worm on it. I'll give this a bash. It looks like it's just going to be a pretty plain and simple cupcake. And yeah, it's all down with some water. My hands feel so greasy right now. Honestly, the amount of grease on my fingers right now from that, it's like that's my daily intake there. Anyway, little cupcake here. Shortbread's nice, and the icing is really fresh on this. I didn't put it on camera, but it's literally very fresh, very nice. I'm going to be a fatty now and just eat it. Right guys, so that is all at World of Jumanji. All three attractions, we've had some of the food, which was really good by the way, well worth a try. It's not an elegant food having a turkey leg, like honestly the greasy fingerprints everywhere, and I didn't pick up any napkins. But yeah, brilliant area. I think it's an amazing investment for Chessington and Merlin as a whole. Really goes to show what they can do when they put their minds to it. The thing that really amazes me is how this went from a field to this amazing themed area. Chessington has needed a new coaster for some years now, and I never thought I'd see a B&M at Chessington. So to see a B&M wing coaster here is just incredible, and when it's so well themed, just give it a chance for these trees to grow up and it will look absolutely spectacular. Anyway, I'm going to be going back in and getting another couple of rides on, but I'm going to be going around the rest of the park as well, which I'm not filming. I hope you guys have enjoyed this in-depth review of the area and the rides. If you did, leave a like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you very soon as me and Louise are heading off to Europe for our European road trip, which is starting this Sunday. Anyway guys, thank you for watching and see you real soon. Till then, bye!